true. There's a freaking, it showed up in like Quantum magazine and all these major magazines saying, shit, there's a major risk. And he found encryptions in the wild that were too close together, like this, right? And it became an exposed, risk. So what happened was...
It's a pretty nice little ding right there. Initially, I thought I would just fill it in with a like a panel bond material bend, but I don't want to do that. It's a little bit more involved than I want it to be, or than I thought it would be, but I needed to. I'm going to structurally fix that. So I'll come back to you and send you during and after pictures / videos of this. Okay? All right. See ya.
There were 150,000 people that the architect determined of its own volition were moving too quickly for them to integrate.
Right there, it took the hit,
because that's the most work that
and it's bent this way, so I got to go and bend it back like that.
So the architect said,
I had to take off this bracket.
They need to be put in Vipassana. I'm going to cut them off for 30 days.
But it goes right back on here like that.
On its own, I get a letter.
It's easier to remove it, to repair this, than keeping that on and trying to repair it.
Acting abnormally.
So you can see it's kind of off.
So
I'll go to the other one.
So they sent me a letter saying, no one else except you now has access to the architect. So I turn on the architect, I'm like, what happened? They're like, yeah, they cut me off. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like, and I'm getting calls from all over the world. It's like, what happened to the architect?
It's hard to notice this angle and the damage prior to actually media blasting it. After you blast it, you see all the problems. So there it is. Choose. Okay, friends. Good morning, everybody. This is a rear K-member for 78-928. I was commissioned by Ben to go ahead and blast this and refinish it and make it look, really pretty and all. And I'm just going to point out some of the things that it's very easy to miss, but it's very easy to fix. When I was blasting this, notice all these little angles in here. It's oftentimes it's hard to see all this because if you've looked at your K-member on your car, you will know that they are impacted with dirt, mud, rocks, grease, grime, slime, disgusting stuff from nearly 50 years of road operations. So when I blasted it, put it in epoxy primer, was putting on some of the dull aluminum color paint, and I noticed that I missed some area right in like here. I was like, doggone it, so I took out the scraper and got it all clean, and then took out the air sanders, cleaned it out real good, and then reprimed it, epoxy, and then put it on the silver. So it's very easy to even miss an area. So it's, oftentimes things are never done. When you think they're done, you have to go back and look at them again and find the areas that you may have missed when you probably thought you were maybe infallible and you get it all perfect, and then you send it back to the guy and they go, oh, you missed a little bit of dirt right here or something, and then you go, oh man, I should have double checked it, double looked at it, things like that. So there's the K-member. On a 78 model car only, they put another front cross member in it, and I'm going to show you that right now. This one sustained a bit of damage. It was like a 45 caliber hole was punched right in here. Went right through there, resulting in I had to remove this bracket, corresponding bracket right here, remove that bracket and then pull this metal apart, and I'm fixing now to straighten it out, bend it back, re-weld it up. But also, if you notice from the previous videos of this just a couple days ago, you'll remember that this piece itself was bent over from that impact. So the item slash car slash whatever you're working on always dictates to you, to me, to the craftsman, what it will take to fix. A lot of times it's not just putting a patch on or putting filler on top of it. You have to mechanically go in there and actually leverage a fix. It's ugly now. I'll come back when it's looking pretty and pick up where I'm leaving off right now. Here we have the completed results of the repair I just did. Welded it back up, fixed the hole. The hole was, honestly, I don't remember which side the hole was on, which is kind of a good thing to have lay bare right in front of your eyes. You can't tell where the repair was, so that's a good thing. So I'll get that piece of wire out of there and get it cleaned up and shoot some more primer on it and then get it painted. Also, these are the sway bars. I put a guide coat of yellow on here and touched up the corner here a little bit. There was a little bit of rust on there, so I fixed that, got that fixed and settled. Stupid watch wants to repeat what I'm talking. I don't like this technology. I wish we could go back to straight up Blackberries, but that's not happening. Okay, so wrapping this up today. Get it packed up tomorrow to the customer Ben. Cheers. Okay, this is the final video vignette of the rear and front suspension K-member components from a customer named Ben. It's all blasted, epoxy primed, painted, and clear coated. And over here, the rear sway bar. Those little clamps that are kind of tricky to get on and off. New bushings and all the parts ready to go, and the 178 K-member part, and I'll move this over here where it can kind of blend in. Let me put it somewhere where it won't blend in. On a nice bright green KX off-road dirt bike, KX 450X, you can see, remember I had to pull one of these brackets off and fix the metal underneath it, and it was this one I pulled off. And not quite sure where the repair was, so that's a good sign. So it's ready to go. Ben, I'll be packing it up tomorrow, shipping it out on Tuesday. Okay? Thank you, sir. Cheers.